So I know how addictive chicken tenders and chicken nuggets are. So today I'm going to make for you these uber addictive, super crunchy, super savory baked tofu nuggets. And I bet you guys are going to have a really hard time not eating all of these in one sitting. So I started by lightly salting one box of firm tofu, and I put a super heavy weight on top of it just to get rid of all of the excess liquid. And then that way the tofu is going to be even more firm and then taste a lot more meaty. Okay, so if any of y'all have made fried chicken before, this is gonna be a very similar process. Now, in the first plate, I'm gonna mix the crunchy coating that will be outside of the tofu. So I have some panko breadcrumbs, I have paprika, some salt, some pepper, some garlic powder. Basically, I'm making my own spice rub, so recipe is all going to be down below, and that is in one of my plates. Now, the second one is going to be what helps bind the tofu to all of these crispy coatings on the outside. So I have 1 cup of soy milk along with 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. And I find that soy milk is going to be the thickest for this, but you can use whatever non-dairy milk that you want. And you'll see that after a couple of minutes, the apple cider vinegar curdles the soy milk so well. It gets it nice and thick so that your tofu can stick to the crunchy bits on the outside. And then finally, for your last plate is going to be 1 cup of cornstarch. And I'll show you how all of this comes together. All right, so here goes the process. Cornstarch first, then soy milk, then back into the cornstarch, back into the soy milk, and then finally you end with your panko breadcrumbs. And I go back and forth and use this process because it has been shown to create the crunchiest crust. Like, you get the most batter to stick onto your tofu that way, and then that final panko crust just sticks perfectly onto each and every piece. They say to always keep a clean hand. So one hand will be in the wet mixture and then one hand in the dry. But I also needed to leave one hand for the camera. So it's good to maybe have a spoon in there so that you don't have to get all of your fingers all crusty, which eventually it will anyways. So these are they, and each of them have such a thick crust around it. It is going to be super, super crunchy. So for those of you who don't want to add any oil to this guy is good to go into the oven. Now, for those of you that want to add a little bit, I find that a spritzer, an oil spritzer, helps a lot because it just deposits a smaller amount. If you don't have one of these though, feel free to add about 1 to 2 tablespoons of oil right into the panko breadcrumbs and then coat them that way. So this goes into a 400 degree Fahrenheit oven for 40 minutes right around. So 20 minutes first, and then I flip these guys over and then bake them again for another 15 to 20 minutes. And oh boy, do they get so crunchy. Oh my gosh, these tofu tenders were so crunchy. I mean, it's definitely more of a treat, but it's really easy to make. It's really, really addictive as well. I definitely ate all of this in one sitting. Anyways, I hope you all have enjoyed this very popularly searched recipe. As usual, if you want to see more recipes like this, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you guys all again next time. Bye!